Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm back. Yes, y'all probably was wondering, girl, what the heck was that? That was me hyping myself up for this very moment right here. Yes, I am back, and I know that you're shocked, but you are tuning in to the first episode of 2023. Excuse me, I'm speaking. Yes, with yours truly, your host that does the most, but I mean, y'all love it anyway. She is Twinkle. A round of applause. Clap it up, clap it up. All right, she is Twinkle, also known as Antoinette. Call me Twinkle, call me Antoinette, call me She Is Twinkle. I don't care. As long as you're calling my name, that's really all that matters. Okay, so you ain't gonna forget about me. Bruh. Enough of that. So, I know y'all probably like, okay, where are the other voices at? I mean, I don't hear any other voices coming in here. So you're going to be waiting for that for a minute because there aren't any other voices. And I'm going to get to that. Now, the other two voices that were here, they are alive and well, blessed and highly favored. Praise the Lord for that. But yes, I know I have a lot of explaining to do. Y'all thought this podcast was over. Y'all thought this was just a short dream of mine. Not y'all. I can't put that on everybody, okay? But some people was probably thinking like, that was a good little short run. But my number one thing, you only fail if you quit. And I didn't quit, which is why I'm back now. But I know I have some explaining to do. So let me just clear my throat and get into it. So, main question. Why did why did all of us stop recording? So, I will definitely take accountability for that. So, Excuse Me, I'm Speaking is podcast that was on my heart to do, like from like the very beginning before we even ever started recording. Now, there are little things that I dealt with that we've all have dealt with, such as excuses, distractions, fear, and doubt. I'm just going to be straight up transparent with y'all and be honest. It was a combination of all of those things. Now, to begin with, like, I know that I'm more than capable of doing my podcast, like, on my own and having guests come in from time to time, but that little bit of fear and doubt in the background made me believe, like, I can't do it by myself, although I can. Maybe in the future I could bring on more people, but I didn't want that to hold me back anymore. That was the excuse. And so moving forward, I am done with excuses. That is definitely something I left back behind in 2022. So I'm moving forward. I'm getting it done. Y'all, I don't know why I thought I couldn't do this on my own anyway. And that's no shade to my like two previous hosts. Of course, that was my sister and my husband. Like, how am I have a problem with them doing the podcast? But for now, I don't want to run away from like myself because I have doubt that I can't do it on my own. I know that I can, and that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. I also had to remind myself, a lot of us are looking for other people to encourage us or tell us like we're doing good, but sometimes like we gotta pat ourselves on the back. That is something I've learned here recently. I need to hype myself up. Like, a lot of us out there, we know that we're smart, we know that we're strong, we know that we're capable, we know that we have this skill, that skill, we've been equipped to do X, Y, and Z, but we are like quick to forget when faced with a potentially difficult situation. So that's what we're not going to do on today, y'all. So let me hype myself up for a minute because I was talking to my husband and he's like, you're more than capable of doing your podcast. Like, you act like you need people to do a podcast with you for it to be successful. And that's just simply not true. So thank you for that word of encouragement from him. But I have to also remind myself like, oh, wait, I did YouTube. I had a YouTube all by myself that I talked on all the time, multiple times a week, and I built up a following on my own. So for those of y'all that do want to follow me on YouTube, it's at Twinkle's Take, where I gave everybody my take on my reviews, whether it was mostly Tyler Perry shows, the haves and the have-nots. Sometimes it was Love and Hip Hop. it was just a plethora of things. It was scandal. It was just a lot. So I had to remind myself, oh, let me go look to see how many subscribers do I have. 3.02 thousand subscribers, 184 videos. My highest video on here, let's look at this. Videos popular is 57,000 views. And why was I tripping thinking that I was incapable of speaking alone by myself? Y'all, I got this. So, let's move forward. Now, why should y'all continue to listen to me? Okay, so I realized that let's compare this to like a relationship, right? So y'all know how you can be in a bad relationship or situationship, should I say, and like you're trying to decide, do I want to let this person back in? Do I want to try again? Like you did me wrong the last time and that hurt. I know I did y'all wrong when I just like disappeared on y'all and that wasn't right, okay? So I realized that we have to develop some trust in this relationship, okay? We need a solid foundation. Just like a real relationship, you're like, okay, I'm going to let you back in, but like, you going to have to be consistent, okay? I don't expect you to be perfect, but I do expect consistency because that shows effort. So that is what I'm promising to all of my listeners out there. I will be consistent, starting with at least 2 shows a week. Today, this will be released, and I will come up with another release day. But y'all know, we're a work in progress, so I'm going to let y'all know along the way. But anywho, that'll be 2 days a week, and we'll have guests from time to time. I'm thinking of doing my other show that I do during the week. I'm thinking of doing it as just review-based only, like based on me reviewing movies or streaming shows that I've watched, because that's where a lot of my YouTube followers have come from, and apparently I must be good at telling a story, and people are willing to listen. And so I'm thinking about making that be my other episode of the week. So I will keep y'all informed. But moving forward, what is new? Yeah, this whole hosting by myself thing is a little difficult. Yeah, I'm getting a little parched. I need some water. That's what the other hosts are for. I get it.
Wait.
All right. So 2023, what is new? Okay, so for my audience out there, I do want you to know that I am working on something very special that I've been working on for a while. It is almost done. I'm having to put the finishing touches on it and then prepare it for the public to see, but that is coming soon, so stay tuned. Now, also, 2023. So yeah, y'all know it is the beginning of January, and I know when I was coming up as a kid, New Year's resolutions was major. Like everybody had to have a New Year's resolution. People was writing them down. People was saying them. Before there was social media, there was New Year's resolutions. Okay, so let's think about the typical New Year's resolutions. It was always, I'm gonna join the gym. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to start reading every day. I'm going to start going to sleep early. I'm going to be nicer to my friends. I am going to do one kind act daily. I am going to save money. I'm going to save $3 a day. All of this just crap that people just said, and because it sounded good, okay? And y'all know, by the end of January, not even by the end of January, if people be real, by the end of the first week of January, they was past that, okay? Now, they might have went to the gym for a week, but a lot of them gyms out there, y'all got a lot of additional revenue and income from people just lying to themselves and everybody else saying they was going to go to the gym 3 to 5 times a week. Yeah, right. In what world? If you wasn't a gym rat in 2022, then how all of a sudden you going to become one on January 1st? Like, make it make sense. Anywho, so I have seen in recent years, a lot of people have gotten away from saying what their resolution is, okay? But y'all, I looked it up. I'm like, what does resolution mean anyway? I thought that was like resolution sounds like solution, right? So like it sounds like the word resolve. So you resolve a problem. So why was it ever called a New Year's resolution? Anywho, so y'all know how I am. I'm a nerd at heart. So I looked up like what the word resolution even means, okay? So a resolution is a firm decision to do or not do something. So, yeah, I don't think we've been using the right word because I don't really think it was a firm decision for people to like go to the gym or to lose weight. I mean, because it was never permanent. Like it's never been firm. Most people didn't stand on that. So I feel like we was using the wrong word, and maybe that's why we threw it out the window. So that right there shows why we're done with the word resolution, because it just didn't work. We was using the wrong word. Okay, so I thought to myself, okay, so people are still saying like what they want to do in 2023. They always say what they want to do going into the new year, but they're not calling it a resolution. So what's another word for it? Maybe a declaration, like they're declaring like this is what I'm going to do. So of course, right on back to Google, okay, and Google led me to Merriam-Webster, okay, my dictionary buddy. And a declaration says that it is a formal or explicit statement or announcement. Okay. So you're announcing something as if this is something that is like already happening. No, but I still didn't think that declaration like fit because it's something like that you're going to do like for the future. I don't know. I don't think the declaration was a good word either. So, okay, scratch that. I don't like that definition. Okay, so then I thought, okay, so what's another one? I've heard people say like, this is my mantra for life. Okay, so a lot of people, I know there's a lot of us out there that are guilty of like throwing words around. We have no idea what the word even means. Like we think we know what it means, but we've never looked up the definition, but it sounds good and it sounds like it fits. So we just go with it. Okay. I didn't want to do that here on this podcast, okay? I didn't want people to be talking about me because I'm using the wrong word. So I looked it up. What is mantra? So, of course, mantra comes from, like, the Hindu and, like, Buddhist, like, traditions. So that's a part of that first definition. So I ain't reading that because I don't know anything about that. But the second definition for mantra is a statement or slogan repeated frequently. Okay, so I could kind of see that, okay, because a lot of people are like, this is my year, new me. Shockingly, I haven't heard that yet. It's all about me, moving forward into my destiny, all of this stuff. And so I'm like, okay, so I kind of get how that would fit, but that don't really fit like everybody that's like kind of like declaring something or like they want something to happen. So I need an even better word. So I was like, I think vision would be perfect, y'all. Perfect. Okay, so I looked up vision, of course, okay? And so vision is the faculty or state of being able to see, okay? So like actual eyesight. And then it also means the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. The third definition is to imagine, okay? So, yeah, I kept scrolling, and I looked on another website, and from their definition of it, it says, your vision is your most important dream or mental picture. It can also be a set of dreams and long-term goals. A vision defines the optimal desired future state. It tells of what you would like to achieve over a longer time. Makes sense. Okay, so y'all know like every company organization has their like vision statement when they started. And that's actually like a business company or an organization like a fraternity, sorority, or a non-for-profit. They have a vision. So that's like telling everybody this is the purpose of the creation of this organization and this is what we hope to achieve from the success of it. So I thought vision was perfect because it's basically where you see yourself in 2023, what you would like to see happen, what you're envisioning to occur throughout the year. Okay, so it's not like a declaration. It's not like you even know exactly this is going to happen, but this is what you see, and this is what all of your goals and everything you're working for is aimed at, this overall vision. So I am going with vision, okay? So yeah, stay with me, okay? So Oprah Winfrey, she had a quote that I also saw online that says, "You don't get in life what you want, you get what you believe." Okay, so believing is also a part of like what you like imagine to be true. Imagine is also another word for vision, right? Y'all stand with me? Okay. So let me read that quote again. You don't get in life what you want, you get what you believe. Okay. That also kind of like links to the Bible. Like when you think of the whole idea of faith is like believing in something that you can't see, but you still believe it to be true. So like, although we can't actually see our future in this new year, this is what we're envisioning. This is what we're believing is going to happen for us. Okay. That's why I thought y'all vision was perfect. Okay. So going into this year, let me compare it to last year, okay? Because last year, my vision, which I'm just telling y'all, words are so freaking powerful. It is like frightening, but exciting at the same time. So last year, my vision was going into 2022. I always pray about it, of course, because I don't want it to just be my vision. Like, I believe in God, so I feel like whatever vision that like God gives me, I pray about it. Like, God, like, I don't know, speak, like, give me a sign, like, speak to me in a dream, speak to my heart, like, send somebody as confirmation to let me know that this is you speaking to me, letting me know this is a direction in life I need to go in. Okay, y'all still with me? Okay, good. So yeah, I'm imagining y'all talking back to me. I know I sound crazy, but whatever, y'all already know. Okay, so my vision going into the new year last year was year of change, year of change, year of change. 2021 was getting on my last nerves, and it was like COVID and all of that, like stuff with my job, like, I mean, just like all the stuff that could just like irritate your soul. And just like, you know, whether it's like your stuff you go through just like mentally, emotionally, physically, I'm like, you know what, enough is enough. This is the year of change. I need change to occur in my life in 2022. And I didn't even specify the change, because that was the vision that God gave me, was year of change. Y'all, when I tell y'all that like words are so powerful, oh my gosh. It's like, be careful what you ask for. I asked God to give me like my vision for the year, and he gave me year of change. And when I tell y'all, so much changed in my life in 2022, voluntarily and involuntarily, but I feel like it was all for the good. And I love the person I was at the end of 2022 compared to the beginning of 2022. Y'all, the beginning of 2022, I started off the year with COVID. Like, I thought I was dying and everything. I couldn't breathe in my sleep. Y'all, COVID was just freaking horrible to experience, okay? And that was a change for me, because I thought that I was one of like God's like special people on this world. Like, what? Everybody got COVID. I don't have COVID. I'm untouched. Okay, because I am just like one of like the chosen ones. Okay, everybody around me, they could get it, but I ain't gonna never get it. Yeah. Then I asked for a vision. He gave me year of change, and that was a change for me. As soon as the year hit, I got COVID. Okay, so it started off not looking great, and it started off with a snowstorm because I live in the Midwest. But thankfully, change continued to occur. I rolled with the punches. I just like trusted God that everything was going to be okay. And I adjusted to the changes. See, that's why a lot of people don't like change, but change is good because change is inevitable. And like, you have to adjust accordingly. So I adjusted. I rolled with the punches. Some of the changes were good. Some of them were bad. Some of them were scary. Some of them were sad. Some of them were hurtful. Some of them were happy. Some of them were like, oh, I can breathe. Some of them was, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. Some of them was like, oh, this is hard. Some of them was like, oh, this is so much easier. But like, change is inevitable. It's going to happen. But there were big changes in every area of my life. And I like came into like a new me in a sense. I said, God, give me a vision. He gave me a year of change. And a part of that was like a change in me as well. And I feel like the only person that was expected to understand it was me. And I was used to like everybody around me like being able to understand. Because, you know, sometimes even when we like want to change to a new job or we want to change our outfit, like we want other people's input. And like we want them to like it too. If they don't like it, then maybe we go back to the drawing board. But this wasn't about everybody else. It was about me. So I know how powerful it was to ask for a vision. I got it, and that mug really happened, and it happened quickly, okay? So now going into this year, what was my vision for this year? My vision for this year was the year of I am, okay? So y'all, bear with me. It was just simply those two words that were given to me on New Year's Eve. And it was scary the way that it came about, but it was like powerful. And I am like 1,000% believing in it, and I'm excited about it, okay? So I am, of course, any of y'all, I know a lot of y'all out there know what like affirmations are, because that's become major in the past few years too. So affirmations is like affirming a belief and kind of declaring it like a slogan or a mantra, like over and over. Like, I am this, I am that. I am beautiful, I am victorious, I am enough, I am strong, I am a awesome like mother, I am an awesome like employee, I am going to succeed, like, you know, that those are like different I am statements. So it's affirming something good in your life because you are challenging the negative thoughts that you may have or the negative stigmas that are connected to you. Okay, so that's why I thought, oh, this year is going to be good for me. I'm so excited because he gave me I am. Okay, so year of I am. So when did I get this? It was on my recommended videos, but then I think it was also sent to me in the form of a TikTok. And so then I went to go search for it as well on YouTube. But it was a sermon by T.D. Jakes. When I tell y'all, this sermon blessed my entire soul, Jesus, okay? I literally was like up at night, like I commented. I don't never comment on the YouTube videos, like, they already got like thousands of comments. Like, when my comment just gonna be lost in the shuffle, like I know they ain't gonna respond to me, so I just don't even comment. But I had to comment, and my comment was, oh my gosh, this sermon blessed my soul. If you stay up on a Friday night and you watch a whole sermon and you wide awake and you felt like you was physically in the building with the people, oh, that was for me, okay? So I watched it by myself, and then I also watched it with my husband on New Year's Eve before, like, we went on our little staycation in the city, okay? So the sermon is called The Crisis of Next. When I tell y'all, T.D. Jakes preached his entire face off, okay? His face, his forehead, everything. That sermon gave me so much life, and it like, yeah, it talked about so many different things. I just felt like Jesus, like I feel like he preached that for me. And in the sermon, he was talking about going into your next. So it says the crisis of next, but he was talking about having your next become your now. So whatever like God has for you in the future, bringing it into your like present state of now, which I'm like, that is perfect. Especially when you want to talk about a vision for 2023 and we were watching it in 2022 and then bringing the next into the now. And then right after that, I got the whole vision of the year of I am. Oh, that's in the now. Like, I am is present, not I'm going to be. It was I am. I was like, oh my gosh, this year is going to be amazing. Like, and he was talking about basically like for the people out there who like, they want to be a wife or like but they don't have a husband. They want to be a husband, but they haven't found their wife. They want to be a business owner, but they don't have or they want to be a leader, but they don't have the followers, or they want to be a teacher but they don't have the students, but it's declaring I am this before the second part even comes. Like, you're already affirming that in your life. I am this. I'm moving into the now, not waiting on the next. I am this, and then like God will take care of the rest and send everything that you need. So I just thought that was perfect, and it went in line with like the vision that God gave me like so well. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like my whole life. Okay. So I am just super excited about it. It's the year of I am. One thing I do want to say is that for everybody out there, like if 2022 was hard for you, like I understand, but you made it through, and we're in the new year, calendar year. Everything can start fresh. Like, don't focus on the negative, just focus on the future. And we got this, because unfortunately, like a lot of people didn't make it to this year. Okay. So we don't want to be stuck back there. This is a new year. I know y'all want to hear new year, new you. It's really not a new you. You're really the same person. So I get that part, but we're going to learn to like adjust our mindset. If you don't have like a positive like mindset, adjust it. You know, I think I had ours set up as like Morgan mindset. Like, in my family this year, like we're just like moving forward. We're on the go. We all got goals. We did our vision boards already. It's going to happen for us. All the way down to my kids. They have plans for this year. They said they're going to keep a clean room. We'll see. We'll see about that. I'll keep y'all updated. But it was like also ways we can help each other as a family to reach our goals. So I'm like super excited. I would love to hear about y'all visions for the new year as well. So as always, y'all can always like hit me up on Instagram. That would be best. SheIsTwinkle1. I'm gonna post a picture of myself because people probably think I'm deceased on there too, because I never post, but I am declaring this year I'm going to be more active on social media. Y'all, I just be a ghost. I'll be scrolling through looking at people's pictures. You don't even know I'm present on there. I mean, you know I got a profile, but I ain't updated in I don't know how long. Yeah, I'm changing some things this year. So please hit me up in the comments or direct message me on there. Let me know this is your year of what, or what is your vision. I am like so interested. I'm excited. All right, so going into another segment. These are just going to be quick little segments just to close out the show, because I like to try to have something that is consistent every single show. So first, we're going to do like media news updates, okay? Yeah, these two updates, they're like really not like happy updates, and it reminded me of why I don't watch the news to begin with. Y'all, the news is so depressing, but they need to be said, okay? So first media update, like one of the big updates in the media, is Tory Lanez was found guilty in the Meg Thee Stallion like shooting case. He was guilty on like all three charges. I ain't gonna lie and tell y'all exactly what all the charges are, but one of the main thing was like he shot her, and I don't know if it was negligent or intentional, but he did shoot a woman. I've watched so many YouTube videos on that and different people giving their opinions. Some people are like, he didn't do it. Meg Thee Stallion, she cut her foot on glass. Maybe it was her friend Kelsey. Yeah, there was a 911 jail call came out when he like talked to her friend Kelsey after the incident. He admitted he was super drunk. He barely knew what was going on, or he wouldn't have did what he did. He apologized. People are skeptical as to whether he was apologizing, like admitting that he did it, or he was just apologizing just for like all the chaos of that night. Regardless of the fact, that did not look good when that was presented in court. And then there was also a 90-minute interview that the best friend, that Kelsey, that was there in the car with them, that she did in September of 2022 at the police station. And I mean, it was very detailed. She spoke extremely clear, like she didn't stutter or anything. And when she got to court, she started like backtracking and being like, I don't recall. I plead the fifth. obviously she was spooked, or I don't know what it was, but she like changed up her whole plan. But after hearing that 90-minute video of her interview, it sounded extremely believable, and that probably played a major part in him going to jail as well. She had also sent a text right after Megan got shot, and this was like 2 years ago, because the trial has been going on. Like, the case has been pending, and the trial just happened just recently here, but it's been going on for so long at this point. So, but back the night that it happened, she had sent a text message to Meg's bodyguard that says that Tory shot Meg. She also said it in her interview as well. Megan, the actual victim, got online and said it on social media, on Instagram. She had made a video back then, and then she also like took the stand and said it as well. So I'm not exactly sure why he thought it was a good idea to go to trial, as if he can beat it when the victim is like alive and well, and she can attest to the fact that you shot her. And then there's all of this evidence. You made a phone call. There was text messages, everything. Like, people had Ring video cams. Like, it's just too much. So I don't know if that was the best option for him. I know that he has, I guess, filed an appeal. I don't know if that's going to be picked up, but he did go to jail, I believe, on Christmas Eve, which is like really unfortunate. But he will be held there until he's sentenced at the end of January. He could be facing up to 22 years, regardless of the fact, if he does go to jail, which I'm pretty sure he is, because I don't know how his appeal is going to work out for him, but he will then be considered a felon in the United States. So once he gets out of jail, since he is not an American citizen, he's Canadian, he will be deported. So I don't know what that means for his career. But for all the Tory fans out there, I mean, I guess y'all gonna have to follow him abroad. But regardless of the fact, I am glad that the case is over for Megan's sake, because I know that Megan is not like loved by like a ton of people in Hollywood or fans. But then she also is loved by a ton of people as well. It's kind of it's polarizing right now out there, people's opinions on this. But I am happy that it's over for her sake, because at the end of the day, she was a victim. She did get shot. And that could have gone horribly wrong. And I'm sure that was terrifying. Listening to her best friend's recount of the entire situation was just like sad and scary to listen to as well. And I imagine myself there, like, I would be spooked. I would need like some money to pay for like some therapy bills, because that's just too much. Okay, so yeah, that was that. Okay, so found guilty. Secondly, I did want to acknowledge Gangster Boo. It is very sad. So it's a rest in peace out there to Gangster Boo. She, a lot of y'all, I don't know if y'all watch Marriage Boot Camp like I do, but she was on Marriage Boot Camp. She's a rapper. She died at the age of 43, and I believe that was like right at the start of the new year, January 1st. So sending condolences to her family and all of her fans out there. I really liked her on the show, so that was really sad news to hear. So needing to go to something positive, which that's a reminder why I don't watch the news, but can't avoid the media. It's everywhere. Let's get into movie updates, y'all. So just wanted to give my movie suggestion. The most recent movie I saw, which why is nobody talking about it? Freaking Avatar 2. The Way of the Water. Yeah, that movie was like, I loved it. Like, I loved every second of it. I thought it was just like amazing, the way that it was like captured and everything. For y'all out there that don't know what Avatar is, because y'all might have forgot, because the original movie came out like 10 years ago. Yeah, it's the blue people, you know, it's that big movie with all the blue people, and it was like hours long. Yeah, the movie was amazing. And in this movie, there's blue and green people, okay? Because the green people are connected to the water. I mean, they're still avatars. They're just green, the way of the water. Got it? Yeah, I love that movie. I would love to take a deep dive into it, maybe on another podcast, but it was great. And so if you haven't seen it, you should go and see it. They already have 3 more movies that they're working on for it as well. So they're going to go Avatar 2. Well, they have Avatar 2. They're going to have 3, 4, and 5, and they already have names for them, which I don't have at the moment, but I do know that they already have Avatar 5 expected to be released in theaters 2028. So we won't be waiting decades in between for these sequels. So that would be great. So if you haven't seen it, go and see it. You probably should see the first one first so you can refresh your memory and let me know how you like it. Okay, streaming suggestion of the week. The most recent series that I stream, which I am a binger. If y'all don't know that about me, I will binge a show to death. Like, I can finish it in one night if I'm not that tired. I actually have 2 because I can't stay away from it. But so I'll do one from Netflix since most people have Netflix. That would be From Scratch with Zoe Saldana, whatever her name is. The black girl from Crossroads with Britney Spears. Y'all, when I tell y'all, a lot of people is like, watch From Scratch or don't watch it. It's so sad. Oh my gosh, but it was so good. And they was hyped up about it on social media. So I was like, I refuse to watch this because everybody too excited about it. But then I got bored and like, I needed something to watch that was going to keep my attention. Yeah, I watched that. I watched it in one night. I stayed up till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. When I tell y'all, by the end of it, I was like bawling, crying. Like, I knew these people personally. Like, it was embarrassing. Like, good thing there was no cameras in the room. I was like, that's so sad. And I didn't want that to happen. And, oh my God. Y'all, it was just a lot. Okay. So get a box of tissue. Okay. And it ain't sad like depressing. Like, it ain't sad like I refused to watch the movie Precious. Okay. I already knew that was a mess. And that was like abuse and like domestic violence and all that. Okay. It ain't that type of sad. Okay. So you ain't got to worry about that. But it's like heart-wrenching sad. Yeah. It was just, it was a lot. But y'all should go see it. Okay. Trust me. Not go see it. Well, I guess go to your bedroom or on your phone and watch it. Stream it. Whatever. Okay. So my last one would be available on Peacock. Which I had to get it for a month so that I can watch it, even though I watched it in 2 nights. Yeah, the Best Man series. This is like the Best Man, the final chapters. That mug was so good. It is 8 episodes. Now, arguably, I think it should have been at least 10, a full season, okay? But it was 8 episodes, and it's a limited series, so I don't believe they're going to have additional, like, series after this. They're not going to have like a season 2 because, well, for one, Terrence Howard has announced that he is retiring, which is stupid because he did freaking amazing, but whatever. Y'all should watch it. Yeah, it just like blessed my soul. I was like, why are they doing a series? They did the Best Man holiday. Obviously, they should end it with a 3rd movie. No, this was like maybe like 3 movies in one because each episode was like 45 minutes to an hour. So it was like worth all of my time. Okay. It was great. And y'all should go watch it. And I have my little, quirks about that. Things I felt like should have been different. And I have things that I loved about it. But I will dig into that on my next podcast of reviews. Okay. So, and then last but certainly not least, what am I listening to right now? My suggestions to give out to others. Y'all know I'm like 10% hood. Like in my heart, I'm 10% hood. I mean, I can go there. I mean, I could really go further than that, but I like to be, saved and sophisticated. But anyways, I'm a Cancer. Yeah, if y'all know that, then it makes sense, okay? But anywho, what am I listening to right now? Y'all, Glorilla is like my like spirit animal right now. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I like her voice is like super deep when she raps too. So I just was like, oh, this is different. But I think that's why I like her because it's different. Yeah, she performed at the Hip Hop Awards this past year. And I was like, she performed that Free, that song. And I was like, I knew that was the anthem this summer, but like I'm like MARRIED, like I'm like so married, not SINGLE. So I'm like I guess I never gave it a chance. And then when I did give it a chance, and I kept seeing TikTok videos on it, I'm like, oh, this is my song. I listened to her music that she has out right now. And I was like, oh, this is my song too. Oh, I love this song too. Oh my gosh, this is giving me life. Yeah, if you like rap music, if you like female rappers, you like somebody like a Cash Doll, like Cardi B, Breezy, if y'all like any of those like girl rappers, like y'all will absolutely love Glorilla. Like I love it. Okay, it gave me life. So that's what I'm listening to right now. I'm also currently trying to get through the SZA, her new CD that came out, or not CD, I'm tripping, telling my age. Her new album, I believe it's called SOS. I just keep being busy, but I'm trying to listen to it every time I get in the car and when I clean up and stuff. So between watching streaming stuff and listening to podcasts and doing my own, I haven't had time to get through it. It's like 20-something songs. But so far, so good. I mean, her last album was Control, was obviously like the best. And it's like hard to follow that up. But I hear this album is like charting. So I'm getting through it and I will let y'all know what I think, my favorite songs on it, all of that. But in the meantime, Happy New Year. That is year, singular, okay? Because there's no such thing as New Year's because we didn't go into a New Year's. We went into a new year. But anyways, Happy New Year. And I hope that you guys stay safe and loved and blessed. And I want you to know that you are special. All of us are unique individuals. And this year, do what it is that you're supposed to do. Don't live the routine, mundane life. If that's what you're doing, do what is in your heart to do and do it well and to the fullest. Okay? I will see you guys here again on here. Thanks for tuning in to Excuse Me. I'm speaking. I've been speaking for a long time and now I am done. Peace and I'm out. Love you all. Bye-bye.